Welcome on in, you rascals. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Doesn't the weather's better, food tastes better, heat in the midst of a win streak. They're climbing up the Eastern Conference standings. They've matched their season best record. They got a rematch with the defending champions tomorrow, an NBA Finals rematch on national television. And how is Jimmy Butler celebrating it all? You bet your ass that he's brought back Emo Jimmy, and he's starring in a Fall Out Boy music video. Who is having more fun than Jimmy Butler? Can we just ask this question? Because it was funny the other day. I was watching all of these clips circulate from All-Star Weekend. Malika Andrews was sitting down with the likes of Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I see up on the screens of the debate shows, who is going to be the face of the NBA when LeBron and Steph are done? And it's funny because Jason Tatum, who, you know, is just the golden child of all things NBA media. It's funny because he's sitting here so seriously like, I think I can be the face of the NBA. I think I am the best player once LeBron steps out. And like, this is just so important, you know, that he is declared such. And yet you have this Boston Celtics team throttling everybody in the regular season, doing everything they can to have the all for just one, all this to get game one and home court advantage snatched by the Miami Heat, and right there. But you have that on one side, and then on the other side, you have Jimmy Butler dressed as a purple velvet cowboy in a Fall Out Boy music video, bringing back Emo Jimmy, declaring their band members Heat Wentz, and changing the name to Ball Out Boy. And who's having more fun than him? He is not concerned with, oh, am I the face of the league? Oh dear, am I considered the GOAT? Am I considered one of the best ever? No, he's just living his life, having more fun than anybody in this league. Everybody out here is worried about legacy and am I going to be the face of the league? Am I going to Giannis? Am I going to fire another coach today? Giannis is sitting here. He's declaring what, now that he loves Doc Rivers the most. Meanwhile, you have poor Damian Lillard. Did you see these Damian Lillard quotes? Think about this. Think about Damian Lillard. I want you to think about Damian Lillard right now. And the quote I'm about to read you guys from Sports Illustrated. I felt genuinely sad for Damian Lillard reading these quotes, because Damian Lillard was by Chris Mannix, who of course covers the NBA, covers boxing, also a bit of the Boston media mafia. He's up there, But he was asked about what's life like in Milwaukee. He's like, first of all, he says it sounds kind of lonely in Milwaukee right now because not with his kids. He's upset, not set up in life in Portland like it is. He goes, it's definitely lonely because I'm such a family guy. My life is my family, and after games would come out, my whole family would be back there. My kids coming out of the playroom, my mom, my brother, my cousins live there. My best friends live in Portland, so they would come out. We'd go out to dinner, might come over to my house, and after practice, I might go to my mom's house and just chill. That's how my life was. So it's definitely lonely because I'm filled up by those people. Yeah, bummer. And then he goes, so what's life like in Milwaukee? Damian Lillard, bro, go to practice, go home, watch boxing, play video games. Man, type in fight hype on YouTube 100 times, praying there'd be something new on there. Seriously, I don't have much of a life, but that's what comes with making a big boy decision. You got to be down for that and figure it out. Whew. Man, listen, I love watching boxing and I love fight hype, and I like watching boxing stuff and fight stuff on YouTube. I'm not one of the biggest basketball stars on the planet, and I don't have everything at my disposal. And I got to tell you, I understand that he's stuck in that hellhole of Milwaukee, and he has to realize that if he was in Miami, how many boxing places he could go to down here, how many gyms he could go to down here, how much fun he could have down here. And yet, here he is, stuck in Milwaukee. And on the other side of it, he's got to be watching today as Jimmy Butler is just like Purple Velvet Cowboy with Fall Out Boy, just living his mother bleeping best life, probably also finding the best coffee beans and the best, whatever, the way he's living his life. This guy lives life. And the thing with Jimmy Butler that I love is that he's not apologetic about it. He's so unique. He doesn't like all the minutia, the legacy talk, the playoff Jimmy, all that stuff. There's part of him that I think they all dig, like the way he marches to his own beat. I think that, you'd see with It's That Time. I think that him and his team around it like the Jim VP stuff. They like the calendar of how he marches to his own beat and knowing when that time is to take over. And the man does work very, very, very hard. I mean, he keeps himself in incredible shape. He plays a very physical style. And while I know every Heat fan goes through their frustrations every year in, Christmas time of, is Jimmy Butler going to get through this season? Yet here he is doing what Jimmy Butler seems to do and having himself finely tuned for the most important part. But now on top of it, you sprinkle also, by the way, remember that emo bit that I did back in Media Day? We're going to parlay that into I'm going to be here with an alt-rock band. I don't know. What is the genre of Fall Out Boy? Thanks for the memories, which Jimmy Butler has given us a lot of. He is going to say, you know what? I'm going to go and dance in a Fall Out Boy video with my guitar, a crystallized Magic 8-ball with Pete Wentz, and everybody else can sit here and fight over who the hell is the face of the NBA, because you guys can you could fight over things like that, but nobody's having more fun than me. Not even Nikola Jokic, who's sitting here probably picking out his next pony, which is going to make him happy in Serbia. He still just wants to be left alone. There is a side of Jimmy that does love the star. Like he loves being famous and the things that come with fame, but on his terms, not like the way everybody else wants it with shoe commercials and Gatorade commercials and all that type of stuff. No, it's like, can I do this, but can I do it in a cool way that I'm enjoying it? And I just love seeing that. I think it's so badass to see a guy like this just completely throw the cliche way that athletes are doing this and just throw it in a blender. And knowing that, look, will people laugh at him if the Miami Heat get beat in the second round, which they won't? But if they do, will Purple Velvet Cowboys be all over the place being made fun of? Like, here's Jimmy Butler getting swept out of the East. Yes, but that's not going to happen because it terrifies you. And while all the rest of the league is sitting here and LeBron is trying to fight with people about whether or not his son's going to be an NBA player and whether or not the Lakers have enough, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is trying to decide whether or not he wants to keep Doc Rivers around for another couple of weeks, or the Sixers are trying to figure out, is Kyle Lowry enough for Joel Embiid, and does Joel Embiid, do his knees even work? The New York Knicks are trying to figure out, did we celebrate too quickly in punching our ticket to the NBA Finals? You did. And the Boston Celtics are sitting here being like, look at our 3-point shooting percentage and our per and our net rating, knowing that as soon as Jimmy Butler takes game one in the TD Garden, you're all going to be pants again. And what is Jimmy Butler up to in the meanwhile with all of this going down? He has spent the week laughing at getting suspended, cheering on the Heat fan who is getting kicked out of the game with the Pelicans, having a watch party with his suspended teammates Nikola Jovic and Thomas Bryant, trying to figure out how to say let's go Heat in Serbian, comes back, goes into Portland where they traded away poor, sad, lonely Damian Lillard, walks in there, steals the ball from every Blazer known to man, just lays waste to just a putrid, pathetic team, and then goes, you know how I'm going to celebrate tomorrow? Going into a finals rematch against Horseboy? I'm going to drop my Fall Out Boy music video. You're welcome, everybody. And by the way, I have an 80-track country album on the way where I am going to be the DJ Khaled of the country music world. I'm jealous. We should all strive to live life on the terms that Jimmy Butler lives them on. At least, and not everybody has the resources of this wealthy NBA star, but just the way he marches to his own beat is breathtakingly awesome. And quite frankly, the guys in the game who are as good as him, they don't do it like him and aren't having as much fun at him. And I got to think that there has to be, this thing where everybody's talking about, when Kevin Durant is fighting with Twitter trolls and everybody's trying to fight over legacy points. Here's Jimmy Butler coming through with a Fall Out Boy music video and hopefully, walking into Denver tomorrow to finish an undefeated road trip. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see.